WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It is Memorial Day, Monday, May 30th, 2016. I'm Paula Degnan in for Ann Gownley. We start today's Memorial Day ceremonies in the city of Hazleton, and our Julie Stefanovich has more on the story.
The city of Hazleton observed Memorial Day by holding a ceremony at St. Gabriel's Cemetery. Organizers of today's event remind us that Memorial Day is more than just a day off of work and a time for holiday get-togethers.
It is a special day that you should take time out and remember those that have gone and gave all before us, and those that are still on the battlefield to fight to keep our freedom, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have that. And this is the greatest country in the world, the United States, and we just got to remember those, and God bless those, and those that are gone, let them rest in peace.
The American Legion Post 76th, Hazleton City, and West Hazleton Fire Departments were joined by parishioners of St. Gabriel's Church for today's program.
Well, as a chaplain, I obviously pray for peace every day, and I think it's a common misnomer that people think the military is looking for a war to fight. They do not. They fight the wars that the governments feel deem necessary, but to find a way for peace. And I don't know anybody in the military, active duty, retiree, guardsmen, you name it, that doesn't pray and work for peace every single day.
Guest speaker and retired Air Force chaplain Stephen Bross delivered a message to both older and younger generation.
This is a vivid reminder that people should pause. If you want to call it a commercial, this is a commercial for what the younger people should be focusing on. At least spend a moment from their computer games and look up and ask themselves, why do we have the country we have today? Why do we enjoy the freedoms that we do? It's because people that have given themselves in service to the military, especially those that have given their lives in combat.
Special thanks were also given to those responsible in helping out with the program.
We'd like to reach out and thank some of our sponsors that helped this happen. We had Zander's Towing and Story's Flower Shop that were gracious to help us make sure that we're able to have this go off. While we have Bike Piper Jim Sweeney, and it'll be led in by the West Hazleton Fire Company Honor Guard, and we're going to place the colors on the flagpole and put it to half staff in honor of those that have gone.
In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
The borough of McAdoo also holding their annual Memorial Day parade this morning. There was plenty of red, white, and blue throughout the streets. Family members traveled great distances to join with residents of McAdoo to celebrate this Memorial Day holiday.
We've heard so much about this parade. My daughter-in-law lives here, and we love it. It's beautiful. It's the best parade, smallest, quaintest town. Meeting the mayor was exciting. I come from a large city, so this is wonderful and beautiful. So I just want to wish everybody in McAdoo a happy Memorial Day, and hope you have a nice holiday.
Thank you, everybody, for the service.
Yes.
Happy Memorial Day.
Happy Memorial Day!
Marching along the streets were those who served our country, the McAdoo Fire Company, and residents of the borough. American flags and banners lined the streets in respect of the holiday. For those brave men and women who risked their lives to fight for our country, servicemen stopped in front of the McAdoo Fire Company to honor them with a 21-gun salute. There have been many parades and ceremonies throughout northeastern Pennsylvania celebrating this Memorial Day. In Cunningham, no exception. What made this parade so special? WYLN News intern Maria Senti tells us.
With music, antique cars, and fire trucks, the Cunningham Memorial Day Parade had many elements to showcase to the outer community. And although the parade was a nice attribute to the Memorial Day festivities, community members like Donna Casarella say this day represents a lot more.
Because we need to realize the cost of those who have given everything for us. We go to other countries and realize we are so fortunate to have a country of ours that has the freedoms, and those freedoms were gained by all the veterans.
Now festivities began early this morning at the Valley Vets Post Home, followed by a parade that stretched all the way down Main Street. But what's significant about this parade is that right in the middle they take a break in order to hold a celebration by the Borough Building. But the ceremony was not placed in the middle of the Memorial Day Parade by accident. Cunningham Mayor Joseph Corelli says community members put a great deal of effort into organizing the festivities.
It's because the Borough Building here in the gazebo is dead center, but we like to do the presentations, and then we finish up at the top of the hill at the cemetery where there is another ceremony. So it really
Aside from the parade and other Memorial Day activities, Corelli says honoring our fallen heroes should be everyone's top priority.
It's symbolic that we come to the borough and we do everything that we do for the soldiers that sacrifice their lives for us. I mean, we have a lot of parades and a lot of baseball games and stuff like that going on today, but we have to stop and we have to remember why we can do all this. We can only do it because of the soldiers who sacrificed for us.
Memorial Day festivities continued into the afternoon until community members reached Cunningham Union Cemetery. In Cunningham, for WYLN News, I'm Maria Cinti.
This morning in Tamaqua, the streets again, no lack of red, white, and blue to honor those who fought for our country for Tamaqua's annual Memorial Day Parade. The parade has been held for many years, honoring the servicemen and women who bravely fought for our country.
I would probably say my earliest memories, maybe 6 or 7 years old. So we try and make everyone. We're usually home for Memorial Day. We don't go anywhere. And we come down and watch the parade. That and the Veterans Day. It was a nice day. So, yeah, it's a nice time.
The parade marched down Broad Street in Tamaqua, playing patriotic music from the Tamaqua High School and Marian Catholic School bands, and Tamaqua fire companies flashing their lights, smiling and waving to spectators on the street. Tamaqua residents celebrated the Memorial Day holiday by waving American flags and cheering on the parade as it passed by. Also, many citizens of Freeland out for their annual Memorial Day parade, and WYLN's Aaron Harvey was there.
Today, Freeland held their annual Memorial Day parade. The parade honored past veterans who put their lives on the line to serve our country. Before the parade started, there was a ceremony that awarded vets for their service. Mayor of Freeland, Ed Appleman, says the parade included many speakers.
Today it'll be starting out at the American Legion here in Freeland, going down Center Street and ending up at the park. And we will have various speakers honoring our fallen veterans. I think also Representative Mullery will also be speaking here.
Many go to the parade to honor their family members, like Matt Vicek.
Memorial Veterans Program here. My dad was a member of the American Legion in Freeland for many years. He was a World War II veteran from the town of Ebervale. There's a monument there with 150 names on. Him and my 4 uncles fought in World War II. My dad was wounded, a Purple Heart recipient. And I want to keep his memory green. I'm grateful for all the service him and the other men did for our country so we can enjoy the freedoms we have today.
MMI Prep President Tom Hood went to the parade to pay his respects.
Well, it's an opportunity for us to honor and to recognize those that have made the ultimate sacrifice in honor of our country. And so we're here to pay our respects and to celebrate with our community.
Hood says that this is his favorite parade in the entire country.
It's the best parade that I've ever been to. I've lived all over the country. I was in the Army for 22 years. This is absolutely the best parade and best Memorial Day celebration in the country.
In Freeland, for WYLN News, I'm Aaron Harvey.
The borough of West Hazelton also hosting its annual Memorial Day parade. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich arrived there just in time for the festivity.
Communities in Luzerne County honor the memories of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. The borough of West Hazelton hosted a Memorial Day ceremony and parade this morning. Residents lined the streets to honor all who served.
To thank our veterans for everything that they do for us. I think it's wonderful that the little towns have parades. It's a beautiful day, even though it's cloudy, it's not raining, and I think it's wonderful to support our veterans.
State Representative Gerald Mullery was on hand for today's event.
I think Memorial Day is one of the most important days on the calendar every year. It's a time to celebrate, honor, and recognize those who gave the ultimate sacrifice to defend our liberties and our country.
The VFW Post 8253 has been attending the West Hazelton Memorial Day ceremony for the past 70 years.
We honor all those who did serve, and especially the ones that fell, that didn't get back. Many of those guys, you have to look at it like in terms like a lot of them got killed and they never even knew the outcome of the war. So we have to remember that they sacrificed everything without ever knowing the outcome.
Hazelton native and Major General James Joseph was this morning's keynote speaker.
For one,
I'd like to thank the Gold Star families. And Gold Star stands for those that have lost someone in major combat. Many people don't realize it, and when they wear it, some people may look at it and think it's a piece of jewelry. Well, it's a gem as far as those of us in the military assume, because someone in that family died to make our life that much better in this great country.
In West Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
And not a drop of rain for any one of those parades. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik in the Weather Center with the details. Joe?
Well, thank you very much, Paula. Overall, this past weekend was pretty nice across our area. But what about as we head into this week? Will we see any changes in our forecast? I'll let you know all about that 7-day forecast coming up in just a few. Paula?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, repairs at a local courthouse, and it's Monday, and that means Ting O is here with another Medical Monday. Don't go away.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DiBerardinis.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
You deserve to look your best.
Hazleton fire crews made quick work of a blaze Friday night. It broke out around 6 o'clock at 37 and 39 Vine Street. There were no injuries. 3 families were displaced due to the fire. They're currently being aided by the American Red Cross. Fire crews had a hard fire fight due to the hot weather. Additional crews from West Hazleton, Hazel Township, McAdoo, and Freeland were called in to rotate crews.
We had to bring extra resources to the scene due to just the heat and humidity today. The guys at Initial Attacks really took a beating, but they gave a gallant effort. And again, all the crews working on the fire scene gave a gallant effort.
Friday evening's fire is still under investigation. On Wednesday, it's happy 107th anniversary to the Luzerne County Courthouse. Long-awaited repairs are set to get underway for the historic structure. It will repair water damage done before work was completed on the domes. Evergreen Architectural Arts out of New York will be doing the restorations. The restoration plans also include the paving of the rear parking lot. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is back with a full look at the forecast. Stay with us.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m.
Time to bring the action in Pocono. Fire them up. Here we go. No attack, no chance. Watch the of this. Oh, it's final. Look at that.
There's something going on over there.
Whoa! We earned this one. Off the deck. Okay, no sweet, buddy.
Hey, alrighty. Well, not a bad Memorial Day weekend for the most part. Of course, we've had to deal with some showers and thunderstorms across parts of our area. And we'll talk more about the weather and what we can expect the next couple of days. But first, we'll go to the graphic, and you'll see for yourself that we are at 78 degrees. Not doing too bad temperature-wise, and so far since the midnight hour, and we did pick up a little bit of rain earlier, we have now 39 hundredths of an inch since midnight. All right, on to the high and low for the day. We did manage to make it up to a temperature reading of 80 degrees. The low is 59. That was about 2:43 in the morning, and we had a wind gust of about 13 miles per hour. Throughout the state of Pennsylvania, here's what we are looking at temperature-wise. And for the most part, those temperatures throughout the state of Pennsylvania are not looking too bad. We got 70s, we got some 80s out there, even mid to upper 80s, and we even got some showers and thunderstorms across the state of Pennsylvania. Now those wind speeds really not too much of a factor, averaging anywhere between 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast and what we can expect the next couple of days. And tomorrow, well, it's not looking too bad. We should be dry, mostly sunny for the next 2 days or so. And then after that, we'll stay in the 70s. Next chance of rain will be on Friday, a couple of showers around. Saturday not looking too bad, about 72 degrees. Maybe Sunday a couple of more showers in the 70s. And then you can see for the most part, some of those overnight lows not doing too bad. For the most part, we should be dropping down into the 50s. So overall, not too bad. Maybe about 2 chances of rain over the next 7. Stick around. We'll have more for you coming up after the break.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping a solve or prevent the crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet one who had a motorcycle injury way back when he was a teenager that came back to cause some problems for him later on in life. Now, with great chiropractic care, he's better. His daughter's getting help. His son goes for wellness. We just have to get his wife in. Their story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
On this week's edition of Medical Monday, Ting O is talking with Dr. Dan about falls. Ting O, take it away.
So May is Older Americans Month, and this year's theme is to blaze a trail to wellness. Today we have a special guest, Dr. Daniel Deans, all the way from Sarasota, Florida. He is an otolaryngologist, or an ENT, who also has a PhD in neuroscience. His passion and his treatment specialty is in balance, and he's here today to share some of his expertise in terms of helping older Americans be able to blaze a trail by keeping themselves from falling. So Dr. Dan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for the invitation and the honor.
It's a pleasure having you here with us. Could you share with our viewers a little bit about your expertise about falling and why it's such an issue for seniors?
It is a problem. Falls, as most people know, are common. In fact, 1 out of 3 people over 65 fall in the U.S., and 1 out of 2 over the age of 80 fall every year. The scary statistic is that number has increased 45% between 2012 and currently. And what happens in normal aging, we have a sense of unsteadiness and imbalance, And that may lead to a fall and sometimes a very serious injury from a fall, which you know, seen in your own practice.
Definitely. With all these statistics, it's actually quite serious for seniors, and obviously we want to do our best to prevent seniors from falling and suffering injuries. In your experience, what is the best way to determine if someone is at risk of falling, and what should they do from there?
Well, one of the first things I would recommend, they need a formal, if you're personally concerned about your fall risk, you need a proper physical therapy evaluation. At home, one of the simplest things to do is a good old-fashioned single leg stand. Stand next to a countertop and be safe when you do it, but see how long you can stand on one foot. And if you can't get to at least 20 to 30 seconds on each foot, then there is a significant increased risk of falls.
So any suggestions or recommendations to our viewers out there that may have themselves issues with falling or may have parents that have issues with falling, what they should do?
Well, probably the most important thing is awareness. Just seeing if you have a reasonable balance. I mean, you can't take a step if you can't stand on one foot. And you can't change your sock or wash your feet if you can't stand on one foot. So I really like the single leg stand. I really think that it's essential for comprehensive evaluation.
Excellent. Great insight there, Dr. Deem. So if you at home are yourselves at risk of falling, if you have a fear of falling, or if you have parents or friends that might be not as steady on their feet as they would like to be sure to get some medical help. Come in to see a physical therapist, especially at physical therapy and balance centers. We do a quick fall risk assessment, and within a couple of minutes we can give you an idea if you're at risk of falling or not. And from there we can work on your problems if they exist.
Call Physical Therapy and Balance Centers for a free 20-minute question and answer session. 501-1808. Physical Therapy and Balance Centers, 1324 North Church Street in Hazel Township, or visit them online at hazeltonpt.com.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicapped accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget. Restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
I'm Tiffany Cloud, host of The Storm and panelist during WYLN 35's live election night coverage. I volunteer my time hosting the American Cancer Society Telethon and helping plan the Society's Season of Hope Gala. And I also support veteran organizations such as the Valor Clinic, which feeds, clothes, and shelters homeless veterans. I believe it's important to give back to our community.
Sports predictions can go one of two ways. They can become bulletin board material and totally disastrous, or crazy correct. Well, in January, Northwest area baseball coach Lou DiPasquale had a vision. He told his team they would beat Hanover for the district championship at PNC Field on Memorial Day. Today, Memorial Day, that's PNC Field. Those jerseys belong to Northwest and Hanover. The 7th-seeded Rangers taking on the 9th-seeded Hawkeyes for the District 2 AA title. Hanover has lost in the past 2 district finals, hoping to avoid that same fate, but trailing 1-0 in the 7th. Good thing John Morgan oozes clutchness, smacks it to right center, emphatic plate cross. Hawkeye season is alive, and we have free baseball. Bottom 9, that wild pitch puts the winning run in scoring position for Northwest. Small ball time. Doug Campbell with a bunt. He's out at first. At third, Andrew Boberick isn't. The throw and the tag go wrong. Boberick up, and it's about to be pandemonium at PNC. The walk-off error. Northwest, the D2 2A champs, 2-1 is the final.
And our guys all year long have always found a way to win, and they've always found a way to persevere and be there for one another. And we got a group of seniors that are unselfish, and it didn't matter who that guy was that scored the last run or how we scored it. We'll take it any way we can get it.
I don't even know how to explain it. He coach told us in the beginning of the year, we're going to play Hanover at PNC and we're going to beat him, and he didn't lie to us. It was the truth.
Down to Pottsville for the District 11 Single A Championship. It's Schuylkill League champ Marion Catholic taking on Tri-Valley. Bottom one, Colts ace Joe Nahas induces the swing and a miss. 13 Bulldogs batters face the same fate on the day. Marion up 1-0. Top two, Aaron D'Angelo, Oppo to the gap. At one point throws his hands up like, should I keep going? Yes, Aaron. All the way to third on the triple. Next up, Dante Salerno to short. That's an E6. Run scores 2-0 Colts advantage, and they capture the district title by a 7-0 final. So, the field good enough to play on at Pottsville at 3 o'clock, but not at 12. North Schuylkill now gets Salisbury tomorrow at Pine Grove in the District 11 AA semifinals. And in 3A, poor field conditions delay Tamaqua versus Palmerton. Schuylkill Haven and Lehighton also postponed to tomorrow. While some people searching for post-weekend remedies online, the Iron Pigs searching for a post-weekend cure for their current slump on the field. An easy fix, play the worst team in the league. Lehigh Valley hosting Norfolk this afternoon. Pigs go down 4-0 after the blast from Charlene Shoup. But bottom of the inning, Cody Ashe into the Allentown sky and eventually out of the field of play. Solo shot 4-1 and rinse and repeat. Nick Williams, jealous of his teammate's homer. By the way he's running, you think it's in doubt, but it never was. Another solo effort. And then later in the frame, 4-4, it's Logan Moore. Bloop, Iron Pigs score, tally 5 in the inning and win 6-4, snapping a 3-game skid. Stay tuned. Coming up, Joe Garbacik is in with a final look at the forecast.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m. Go hog wild for Iron Pigs Baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the Stars of Tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
All right, here's a look at your 7-day extended forecast. Looking pretty good the next couple of days. We'll see a lot of sunshine. And again, for the most part, we're going to be looking at temperatures managing to make it up into the 70s. So tomorrow, we'll see a lot of sunshine. We should be getting up to about 77 degrees. 77 as we go into our Wednesday as well. 73 for Thursday, a mix of clouds and sunshine. And then we got some more showers coming into play as we go into our Friday, about 72 degrees. Saturday looks good. Sunday, some more showers early next week. Yeah, maybe a passing shower, but other than that, we got 70s across the board. I think finally, even though we're not officially in summer just yet, the unofficial start to summer has started today, but it's going to feel pretty decent over the next couple of days, and some of those overnight lows for the most part dropping down into the 50s. So at least I think it's safe to say from here on in, I think the consistency with weather in terms of temperatures finally has arrived.
So you don't see any washouts? Like these are kind of hit or miss?
As we go, those 2 particular days of some showers, here and there, maybe some sunshine in between.
Because you still have high school stuff going on.
Yeah, glad that they were able to get it in today. A big honor to play at PNC Field where, some future stars play. So glad those kids had that opportunity today. We might see some postponements, but glad they got it in.
Keep our fingers crossed. You have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for tuning in.